10 UK towns everyone is quietly abandoning. Have you ever driven through a British town and thought, where is everyone? You're not imagining it. Across the UK, once bustling communities are slowly emptying out. Shops are shuttered, homes are for sale, and high streets feel eerily quiet. The reasons vary, from job losses to rising crime and changing lifestyles, but the result is the same. More and more people are quietly leaving. In this video, we're counting down 10 UK towns everyone is quietly abandoning, exploring what's behind the exodus, and what, if anything, still makes these places worth a second look. 10. Barrow-in-Furness, Cumbria. Barrow was once a titan of British industry. It boomed in the 19th and early 20th centuries thanks to its shipbuilding and steelworks. But as those industries dwindled, so did the town's fortunes. Today, Barrow faces high unemployment, an ageing population, and a serious brain drain as younger residents move to cities like Manchester or Liverpool for better prospects. Public transport is limited, and the town's isolated location at the edge of the Furness Peninsula doesn't help. The high street has seen numerous closures, and property prices have dipped as demand falls. Despite these challenges, Barrow sits near the Lake District, offering access to one of the UK's most stunning national parks. It's a common example cited in discussions about UK cities that are falling apart, even though it's technically a town. 9. Cumbernauld, North Lanarkshire. Cumbernauld was meant to be a vision of post-war urban planning, a new town built to ease Glasgow's overcrowding. But its futuristic promise hasn't aged well. The town's architecture has long been criticised, with the town centre once voted among the ugliest in the UK. The confusing layout and brutalist structures have only added to its unpopularity. While the population hasn't dropped dramatically, many younger residents leave for Glasgow or Edinburgh. Job opportunities within Cumbernauld are limited, and public amenities have suffered from years of underfunding. Yet it's not all doom and gloom. The town is surrounded by greenbelt land and benefits from good road and rail links across central Scotland. Cumbernauld joins other abandoned UK towns slowly losing their younger generation. 8. Rhyl, Denbighshire. Once a shining jewel of the Welsh coast, Rhyl has been battling decline for decades. From the 1950s through the 1970s, it thrived as a holiday destination. But the rise of budget airlines and package holidays abroad stripped Rhyl of its tourists, and with them, its economy. As tourism waned, crime crept in, and businesses closed. Rhyl became known less for its charm and more for its deprivation statistics. Families began relocating inland in search of safer communities and more stable jobs. Still, Rhyl isn't without hope. The beach is long and sandy. The seaquarium remains a family favourite, and regeneration efforts are underway. But the road to revitalisation is long, and for many, it's easier to leave than wait. 7. Walsall, West Midlands. Walsall was once a thriving part of the Black Country's industrial heartland, known for leather goods and metalwork. But as factories closed and manual labour gave way to automation and outsourcing, Walsall was hit hard. High unemployment, struggling schools and public service cuts have made it less appealing, especially for young families. The town centre tells the story. A once bustling area now dotted with empty retail units and fast food chains. Many residents commute to Birmingham or Wolverhampton, but few stay for the long term. Walsall still has some cultural gems, like the New Art Gallery and the Canal Network. But unless substantial investment arrives, the town risks becoming little more than a commuter suburb with fading identity. 6. Grimsby, Lincolnshire. Grimsby's name is practically synonymous with fishing. In its heyday, it was one of the busiest fishing ports in the world. But when the industry collapsed, so did the town's economy. Generations that followed faced limited employment options and growing poverty rates. Youth unemployment is high, and there's little to keep graduates or skilled workers from heading south or west. The town centre has struggled to stay afloat, and public perception hasn't helped. Grimsby is often portrayed as a symbol of decline in the media. However, there are glimmers of change. The town is slowly reinventing itself as a hub for offshore wind energy, and new investment is trickling in. Grimsby's maritime heritage remains strong, but whether it can reinvent itself before more residents leave is the question. 5. Burnley, Lancashire. Burnley was once a booming mill town, churning out textiles for a global market. Those days are long gone, and the town has had a difficult time adapting to the post-industrial age. Many of the cotton mills are now abandoned or repurposed, and the job market is limited and low-waged. Property prices are among the lowest in England, not always a good sign, and crime rates are higher than average. Cultural and leisure amenities are few, pushing younger residents to nearby Manchester or Leeds for better lifestyles. Still, Burnley offers surprisingly quick access to the countryside, with the Pennines and Forest of Bowland nearby. For those seeking affordability and greenery, there's potential, but the local economy needs more than scenery to keep people around. 4. Luton, Bedfordshire. At first glance, Luton may not seem like a town in decline. Its population is actually growing, but beneath the surface, many long-term residents are quietly leaving. Rising crime, housing pressures, and strained public services have led to frustration. Some feel Luton is losing its identity as London's sprawl creeps ever closer. The town's housing market is chaotic. Property prices are high, yet many areas suffer from poor maintenance and overcrowding. Infrastructure hasn't kept pace with demand, and public transport is under strain. That said, Luton does have its strengths: an international airport, strong links to London, and one of the UK's most diverse and entrepreneurial communities. But if it can't address quality of life concerns, the outflow of residents may continue. 3. Hartlepool, County Durham. Like many towns in the northeast, Hartlepool was hit hard by deindustrialisation. Once a key naval and shipbuilding centre, it now faces high unemployment and declining investment. The high street is lined with empty units, and efforts to revitalise the area have met with mixed results. Young people in particular tend to move away permanently for work or education. The town also suffers from a damaged reputation that puts off potential newcomers and investors. Still, Hartlepool has things going for it. The seafront is charming, the marina is picturesque, and the historic quay draws tourists. This town, like others on this list, is quietly becoming part of the broader picture of UK cities that are falling apart, even though it still clings to its coastal pride. 2. Jaywick, Essex. Jaywick started out as a holiday village, a sunny escape for working-class Londoners in the 1930s. But over the years, its fortunes declined. What was once a cheerful seaside community is now often ranked as one of the most deprived areas in England. Jaywick faces serious infrastructure issues, from narrow roads and unpaved paths to inadequate drainage and frequent flooding. Many residents want to leave, but economic hardship makes moving out difficult. Public transport is scarce, and employment opportunities are few. Despite all this, Jaywick's beach remains beautiful, and the community spirit among residents is surprisingly strong. But for outsiders, it's often seen as a cautionary tale about what happens when development is ignored for too long. 1. Blackpool, Lancashire. Once the undisputed capital of British seaside holidays, Blackpool now stands as a complex symbol of both nostalgia and neglect. Millions still visit the town's iconic tower, pleasure beach, and illuminations, but the tourist glitz hides deeper problems. Outside the central strip, Blackpool faces some of the worst poverty levels in the country. Its housing stock is outdated, much of it converted into low-grade rentals. Job prospects outside tourism are limited, and public health statistics paint a grim picture. The town has also become a hub for rehousing vulnerable people from elsewhere, further straining local services. And yet, Blackpool isn't without resilience. Its entertainment industry, seafront charm, and event calendar continue to draw crowds. But the exodus of locals, particularly the young and skilled, shows a troubling pattern of long-term decline that even tourism can't mask forever. Conclusion: these 10 towns reflect a hidden crisis in regional Britain. Though not all are technically cities, they form part of the larger narrative of UK cities that are falling apart. From deindustrialisation to lack of opportunity, they highlight why people are leaving UK towns and why bold action is long overdue. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.